Welcome to Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, as we get ready to wrap up Week 4 in the CFSL. In the booth with me tonight is Matt Peck, and as we see the Miami Hurricanes getting ready to square off against the Crimson Tide, this is an important game for both of these teams, maybe more so for Alabama. How do you see it playing out?
Alabama needs to get their first win on the season. You know, they want to right the ship. They are running this new offense, and they hadn't had success. They were looking for Miami. Just had their first loss last week. Want to get back on track. So, yeah, this is a big one.
Miami is going to start with the ball, and they'll take it down the right sideline, and Blaze Gunner will take it out 28. And that's how we'll get started here. Axton Richardson coming out here to lead the way for the Miami Hurricanes, who come into this game at 2-1. Although 1-1 in the SEC, Alabama 0-3, looking for their first win on the season. Richardson going to pass quickly over to the left, and he's got Blaze Gunner, who picks up 21.
And that's how quick Blaze Gunner is. Runs on that slant route, cuts inside real quick, then cuts it directly upfield. The speed that Gunner has, we've seen it in kick returns, and we've seen it in the passing game. Axton Richardson going to try to make use of that, looks like, tonight.
Well, he's a big play receiver. We all remember the game against Alabama last season where he had 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to bring Miami back from behind. Run up the middle there by Marcus Duncan, and he's quickly brought down after a gain of just 1.
Looks like Alabama early on. We see Jeremy Mosley there with a big hit. They're going to try to, if they can, slow Duncan down as much as possible, which is, it's a difficult thing to do.
Yes, slowing Marcus Duncan down is not easy. Comes into the game averaging 5.9 per carry and 110 yards per game. Richardson pass going to throw to the right. That one is caught and spinning forward is Matthew Owsley, the tight end, who picks up 8, although he'll be just short of the first down.
Oh, pass, run, pass. This is what Miami does. You know, they mix it up. Eventually, we'll see Axton Richardson take off at some point tonight. They're going to keep guys on their toes.
Richardson, 265 yards rushing. A big hit there by Jeremy Mosley. Says, I don't care how much you got rushing, you're not rushing on me. And that drive quickly comes to the end for Miami.
That's a big play by Mosley. Again, big hit to stop him short of the first down marker. Forced Miami to have to punt. Alabama going to get a chance. Show that offense off again.
Well, the punt's going to bounce through the back of the end zone, and so Alabama will start at their own 20-yard line to get this one started. Not the best field position to start.
No, it's not ideal at all, but hey, they're going to come out, and here comes that wild offense.
They're going to start off by handing it right up the middle to Houston Freeman, but he's quickly brought down, and he'll get only a yard tonight. Freeman plays the B back in this one, only 132 yards rushing. They definitely want to get him going a little bit more this season. They'll go to the flex bone, and they pitch it to Farrell Norman, who will pick up 5, and it sets up a 3rd and 4.
All right, well, that was a better play to get it to Norman on the outside. That's the danger of this Alabama rushing attack. A lot of weapons, a lot of ways to come at you.
Under center goes Bailey on siege. Got 3 wide receivers. Quick drop back. Now he's going to take off and scramble. Getting brought down. David Ware, the first one in there. Gilbert Wilkerson officially gets credited with the sack, and that's a quick 3-and-out.
Well, what I like right there is we see 2 play-ending defensive stops, or 2 series-ending defensive stops made by middle linebackers there, especially in the run game. David Ware for Miami on this one, Mosley on the previous series. These linebackers not going to try to let guys run all over them tonight.
This punt can be fielded at the 35, and Gunner looking for some room. He'll get 10, and now great field position here for Miami, trying to get the first score of the game.
Well, you know, they sputtered out on that last drive, wasn't quite able to pick it up on 3rd, less than a yard, but Alabama's giving them good field position here because they weren't able to move the ball. Miami's starting in a better spot for Axton Richardson to go to work.
Well, we've only seen 7 plays so far in this game. We'll see what we do on play number 8. Gunner comes in motion. They use him as a decoy, but Richardson gets bottled up for no gain.
He gets dropped right there by Thomas Cole. He's the one who gets into the backfield, gets tackled for loss on that one. Nice play by the safety.
Both of the defenses looking good here early on, not giving up much of anything. Shotgun trips top of the screen. They hand this off to Duncan on a counter. He goes the way of the receivers, and they lead the way as he's got a nice gain out to the 40.
Well, he runs through Lamar Fan on that one, does a pretty good job. Then he gets brought down, looks like by a walk-on just to clean him up.
Miami out to the 40-yard line here of Alabama, trying to get the first points of the game. Richardson dropping back to pass, blitz coming. Going to fire it to the left, caught by Gunner, but he's quickly brought down after a gain of 4.
Richie Carrion comes in, puts the big hit on him. Gunner catches the ball. He's dangerous in space. Carrion doesn't give him any, though, right there. Drops him where he stands.
Richie Carrion, you'll remember, had 2 picks in the opening week loss, but hasn't had a whole lot since then. They could rely on him to pick up an interception. 2nd and 6 here. Blitz is coming from Alabama. 5 men. They pick it up, pass over the middle, and not able to hold on to that was a receiver. Big hit there by the Alabama defense.
Yeah, Matthew Rowland in there on that hit. The defensive end dropped back in coverage on that one.
3rd and 6 now as Alabama trying to fire up the home crowd. They jump, but no flag on the play. Richardson going to the right, and that one is caught by Mark Perry for 23 yards and a first down.
Just a good job, Jerry Richardson, able to bring him down on that play. But I tell you what, that was just a nice pass by Richardson. Finds him right there down the seam. The coverage is just a little late getting there, not able to knock it down. Miami inside the red zone now.
Mark Perry, one of the cornerbacks on this team, but getting some time out there at wide receiver. 1st and 10 now, shotgun for Richardson. Going to go read option, trying to go to the outside, pursued by Mosley. And Mosley and company will bring them down after pickup of just 3.
Yeah, Fant got over there as well. They know that Axton Richardson likes to take off here in the red zone. They're playing it smart. They're watching for him, spying him. They get him there.
Inside the 10 now. Richardson, the pass, rolling to his right. He's going to take off and run. Owsley out there blocking for him. And Richardson easily into the end zone as Miami scores first.
What I like a lot there was the communication between Richardson and Owsley. Owsley's watching Richardson and running out. As soon as he sees Richardson taking off, he turns around and makes the block that springs the touchdown. Great play by the Hurricanes.
PAT is good. And so Miami with the early 7-0 lead on Axton Richardson touchdown run. Now the pressure gets put on Alabama, and so far they've had a tough time getting the running game going and playing from behind.
Yeah, this is an offense you don't want to play from behind in. This is an offense you want to make long drives with. You want to control the clock. You want to play good defense and force teams to have to move the ball on you. So far, Alabama has played from behind a lot this season, and the results haven't been positive for them.
Still looking for the first win. Play fake. They're going to pass the ball here. They got to check it down to Farrell Norman. Stiff arms the first guy, and then gets hit and brought down after a gain of 2.
Well, he got dropped pretty hard right there by Isaac Kraut. Got to be an early Defensive Player of the Year nominee, Isaac Kraut. Having a huge first half of the season for this Miami Hurricane defense, and comes in and lays the big hit on Norman.
Well, Kraut's got 4 interceptions in his last 4 games, so pretty nice end of last season, start to this season, as Alabama out to the 27-yard line after their second pass attempt of the game. They're going to go option here. Siege going to keep it himself. He gets bottled up and nowhere to go, and he'll only pick up 4.
Yeah, and Bailey on Siege, as the game goes on, he will find more success, but Miami's doing a great job right now of knowing that he wants to take off and run, especially on a play like that, and containing him.
Siege under center here. 3 backs in this flexible, and he'll drop back to pass, throw it to the right, or left rather, and he is caught and picked off as John Dowd intercepts that one, and he'll bring it back to the 20.
Dowd jumped that route perfectly. He's sitting, kind of in middle line coverage of Siege, lets the ball, doesn't float it quite enough right there, throws it a little low. Dowd comes down with it. The momentum turned him around. It was a hard-thrown ball by Siege, but that might have been what kept him out of the end zone, that little extra move he had to make to keep his footing.
So Miami's going to start this one at the Alabama 20-yard line. And they're going to go option of their own. Actually, Richardson powering his way forward for a pickup of 6.
All right, this Miami offense, and this is where they're so dangerous. We've seen they can run with Chapman, or with Duncan, they can pass. And then we see Axton Richardson there. He's able to use his speed as well to gain yardage.
Read option, and Richardson's going to keep it himself. Cuts to the outside, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Another good drive there, taking advantage of the turnover by Miami. Richardson dives in for the touchdown again. That's his second on the game. Quick 2-score lead for the Hurricanes.
A 2-play drive as Axton Richardson takes it in for his second touchdown on consecutive drives. And quickly, Miami out here with a 14-0 lead on the road here at Alabama.
Yeah, the crowd getting kind of quiet already here at Bryant-Denny, Mike, and not what you want if you're the Crimson Tide. They need to take this drive and get something going with it.
And Alabama is going to return this kick out from inside the goal line. Lamar Fant brings it back 23-yard line, and now they've punted, they've thrown an interception. What do they do this drive?
Hopefully move the ball if you're an Alabama Crimson Tide fan, but they're going to have to find a different way to attack this Miami defense.
Well, they tried to throw it, and they got it picked off, so now you got to suspect they're going back to the run game. And they're actually going to go play fake here and let Siege throw it again. He goes over the middle, and that one is caught. Zach Strickland picks up 16.
Well, another good pass by Siege there. A bullet over the middle hit Strickland right in the numbers.
Yeah, he did. He rebounded nicely, and this is Siege's third year in the league. He's thrown some interceptions. He learns how to bounce back from it. I don't think we're going to see him go into a shell like a lot of these young guys.
I don't know. He's going to keep firing. He's going to keep running. There's not much quit in Bailey on Siege.
Under center again. And Siege taking his time looking over the defense. Got the box stacked with 8 guys in there. And now they're going to go triple option. They pitch it to Jake Moon. He cuts inside, and he'll pick up 7.
Well, good run by Moon there on the first down play. Picks up 7 yards. Siege surveying the defense, trying to find the weakness.
Moon's been kind of quiet. 20 carries, 109 yards coming in. Does average 5.5 per carry. Just not getting a lot of them. 2nd and 3, Moon comes in motion. And they're going to go with the quarterback keeper as Bailey on Siege picks up the first.
That's another first for Alabama. Already the most successful drive they've had all night. Got it to midfield. Let's see if they can keep this thing moving.
Motion here. Now they're going to go with an option or to the backside, and Siege keeps himself, and he will pick up 8 before he's pushed out of bounds.
The thing about this offense is it will wear a defense down quicker than a lot of them will with this run game.
And that's kind of what they hope to do, you would suspect, is wear down the defenses and allow them to put away games late. Hasn't worked for them so far. They got a 2nd and 2 here. Triple option coming up again, and a big play there by David Ware.
David Ware comes in kind of almost horse collars Bailey on Siege in the backfield there. Good play by the middle linebacker.
Ware came into the game 27 tackles, which is 2nd on the team. And he forces a 3rd and 3 here as Siege goes under center. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 wide receiver. Siege going to drop back pass, 3-man rush. Now he's going to take off and run. He's got some room. He'll pick up the first, slips the tackle, and he's down to the 25. An 18-yard run by Bailey on Siege.
Vintage Bailey on Siege right there. He looks for the opening, doesn't find one. Just takes off and runs, and this is what he does best when he uses his legs.
Yeah, Jake Moon out there blocking for him as well. So longest play of the night for Alabama. Gets him down to the 25-yard line of Miami. And now they're going to come out under center, 2 backs in the backfield. They're going to go triple option, and Siege gets waylaid by Perry Pennell.
Perry Pennell, the other of that pair of big safeties that Miami has in the secondary, both hard-hitting guys. Pennell makes them pay there.
So Alabama gets backed up 2 yards. Going to be 2nd and 12. And now they'll go to the pistol formation with 3 wide. And Siege is going to pass. Blitz coming. Thrown over the middle. Caught by Strickland. And he picks up 13 and a first down.
Nice fight at the end of that catch by Strickland to get across the first down marker. Trying to fight his way forward as much as he can. This offense is rallying now, Mike. Alabama looks to be getting more comfortable.
9th play of the drive, the longest by either team so far. And Siege going under center here. And he's going to turn around and pass. Now he tries to run, and he is taken down, going to lose 1.
We'll see Braxton Lee in on the tackle right there for Miami. Siege didn't look exactly like he knew what he wanted to do right there. Turns around and runs into the teeth of the defense.
Kind of a broken play, it looked like. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 now from the 15 as we're late in the first quarter. And now they're going to go shotgun, 2 backs, 3 wide receivers. I don't know if we've seen this look from them all season. And they're going to go with the option. They pitch it to Farrell Norman. He's on the outside, and he's going to pick up 5.
All right, 3rd and 6 for the Alabama Crimson Tide right here. They're deep in Miami territory here. You know they want to cut this to a 1-touchdown lead.
4th third down of the night for Alabama. They've only converted 1 so far. Siege going under center here, makes an adjustment. Now he'll drop back to pass. Takes off, tries to run, and he gets dropped for a loss of 1, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's going to bring on the kick unit, it looks like, for Alabama. They just weren't able to finish this drive off. They will get some points out of it, but this is somewhat of a victory for the Miami defense.
I would say it is a victory. David Ware is going to one that gets credited for the sack there, but Alabama puts together their best drive of the night, and then they stall out inside the red zone, and they're going to have to come on here for a 28-yard field goal attempt. And that kick is up and good. So Alabama's on the board, but still got to feel like they left something on the field.
They got to feel that way, but you got to look at the positives. I think if you're as a team, you got to say, okay, yeah, we left something on the field, but that was the best drive we put together all night. Let's build off that.
Well, the kickoff going to be fielded a yard deep. And Gunner looking for some room out there. Will get it out 28 yards. Take a look at the Miami offense. They've ran 13 plays. And they've got 105 yards of offense so far. They're up 14-3 and looking to add to it.
Yeah, they've looked pretty unstoppable on offense so far, Mike, because Alabama defense really hadn't had an answer for what Miami's doing for them.
Pistol formation to start the drive. Braxton Richardson will bring the receiver Nathaniel in motion, and that one is a duck and hits the dirt.
Just not there for him on that play. Alabama's defense getting a little bit of pressure on him there. Not a good pass.
25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. As the receiver Woodard comes in motion, shotgun here. They're going to hand it off. Duncan on the counter, goes to the outside, and he gets hit by Lamar Fant. Will only pick up 2.
Another good job there by Lamar Fant. Thomas Cole also down there, first one to wrap him up. Fant comes in, cleans it up.
So 3rd and 8, probably the last play here of the first quarter. As Miami in danger of going 3 and out for the first time tonight. They come out in the shotgun formation. Richardson dropping back to pass. Goes over the middle, finds Nathaniel, but he's going to come up short. And that is how we come to an end of the first quarter. Miami out with the early lead, but Alabama just forced the 3 and out. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on Twitch TV. Start of the second quarter, and they're going to punt this one away. Fielded at the 25. Fant trying to get to the outside. Brought down after a return of 7.
Okay, Alabama had a good drive last time they had the ball on offense. Weren't able to finish it off with a touchdown. Again, they want to try to build off what they did last time. This time, punch it in.
That's field position of the night for Alabama. They're going to hand this one off to Houston Freeman. He's got a room. Can anybody catch him? To the 30. 20 and down to the 16-yard line. What a run there by Houston Freeman.
Big man showing off the wheels right there. He's converted tight end, playing back to the fullback spot in this offense. And man, when he breaks open like that, it looked like he might make it all the way. Finally gets run down though.
A 50-yard run there by Houston Freeman to start this drive. And they're going to fake it to him there, and Siege going to get dropped for no gain.
Well, that one Miami read pretty well. Isaiah Kraut in on the hit right there, or Isaac Kraut, excuse me. That's his 4th tackle on the night.
Siege 10 carries, only 29 yards. He had the one nice run, but he's been bottled up outside of that. And now there's going to be a flag on the play as there's a false start.
False start, offense.
So that's going to push him back 5 yards. Going to be 2nd and 15. Pushes him outside of the red zone. Ball out to the 21-yard line. They're still going to stay in that flex bone look. 2 receivers bottom of the screen. And they're going to go read option. Siege going to pitch it late. Moon gets bottled up, though, and brought down. Mark Perry making a nice tackle.
Perry did a good job getting an arm on Jake Moon right there. Stops him getting forward momentum. 3rd and 13.
Long 3rd down here for an option run team. Siege clapping his hands as he goes up under center, though. He'll drop back to pass 5 steps. Looking back at the end zone, and that one batted away by John Dowd, and they lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
That one was almost picked off, but Alabama will have to settle for another field goal here.
36-yard attempt here by Rooster Clutterbuck. And that one is good. So Alabama's getting points, but maybe not as many as they need.
And we've seen it from other teams in the league. You know, they can get field goals, they can't get touchdowns. A lot of times it comes back to bite them at the end of the game, especially in a close one. Alabama will try to change that trend.
And a touchback there for Miami. So they'll head out here for the first drive of the second quarter. And, they started off the game strong, but went 3 and out on their last possession.
That was the first time Alabama had a good defensive showing. Actually, the question is, who's going to win in this series?
Marcus Duncan taking it the outside. Mosley makes the tackle, but Duncan with a nice gain of 8.
That's his 5th rush, averaging 5 yards a carry so far. Doing a little under his season average, but he's pretty good. 2nd and 2 now. They come up with shotgun trips, bottom of the screen. And they'll hand it off to Duncan again. Slips the first tackle. And then Zachary Carter comes in to make the tackle, but a 10-yard pickup for Marcus Duncan. If Marcus Duncan gets going for Miami, not only is he going to run clock for this offense, but it's a bad look for Alabama's defense. We're going to give him a lot more to worry about.
Well, Duncan, as we talked about, came in averaging 110 yards a game and 5.9 per carry. And he's been a big part of this offense. They're going to hand it off there, and that's Isaac Prout, the safety, doubling as the backup running back who pick up 3.
Zachary Carter in on the hit right there, catches him, holds him to a 3-yard gain.
So 3 runs so far to start this drive for Miami, and they got a 2nd and 7. Receiver coming in motion. They're going to set him up in the backfield. Use him as a decoy. Richardson going to keep the ball himself. He's got the first down out across the 40, down to the 37 for Richardson.
All right, that 6 rushes 51 yards for Richardson. So this running attack of Miami has been very proficient for him so far. He's also been very good in the pass game. Miami not making any mistakes much on offense.
They'll come out in the shotgun here. They got 3 wide. Duncan off to the side. They use him on the fake. Richardson goes straight up the middle, and he'll add 8 more to his total.
And, Alabama had a good defensive stand the last time. Miami's offense has adjusted, though, now. They're moving the ball again like they were early in the game.
6th play of the drive. They've ran the ball every play of the drive so far. Alabama looking like they're blitzing from the top of the screen. Kraut comes in motion. They're going to flip it into the flat, making the catch and fighting for yards out there, but fumbling the ball, and it's picked up by Alabama. And taken down at the 45 was Richie Carrion. We talked about he needed to make a play, and he comes up with the fumble recovery. Zachary Carter forced it. Matthew Owsley not able to hold on to it. Carrion comes up with a big play there for the Alabama defense.
It's a great athletic play by Carrion right there to be able to pick the ball up almost in stride and head straight up the sideline with it.
Start of the drive here from the 45 of Miami. Alabama with an opportunity, and they hand it off to Houston Freeman, who picks up 11.
That's a good first play there, 11 yards. That's 3 rushes, 61 yards for the big man so far tonight.
Well, the over-under in the sportsbook was 100, basically 99.5. Can he get there? He's on his pace. They go under center here. Traditional flex bone, 2 receivers, 3 backs. Moon comes in motion. They'll use him on the option, but they're not going to be able to get it off as Perry Pinnell shuts that down for a loss of 3.
Just a great way to decipher the play there by the Miami defense. Perry Pinnell's in the right spot. Moon has nowhere to go.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and 13 as they spot the ball at the 37.5. Now they'll come out in the shotgun, 2 backs, 3 wide. Here for Bailey on Siege. He'll drop back. Blitz coming. They pick it up. Siege going to take off and run. Got a little bit of room to the outside, and he's down to the 30-yard line with a pickup of 8. They'll bring up the 35.
A good play on the long 2nd down. Getting plenty of yards makes it more manageable. 3rd down for Alabama. Be interesting to see what they do here on offense. When they go back to the air, they're going to keep trying to run it.
Alabama only 1 for 5 on 3rd downs tonight. They really want to convert this one. They don't want to settle for another field goal attempt. Siege, quick throw it into the left. That one is caught, and a 1st down out to Barron Adams.
Barron Adams, 5-star receiver, getting involved early, or getting involved the first time here for the Crimson Tide. You like to see it.
Well, he started the season as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And now he's back to his regular position, running routes and picking up 1st downs. Play fake here for Siege. Moving around in the pocket. Now he's going to try to take off and run, and he gets bottled up, and he'll be dropped for a loss of 4.
I just had no idea which way to go right there. The pocket collapsed on him so quickly, the gaps he thought he was seeing closed up.
2nd and 14. And Moon comes in motion to use him on the option. They pitch it late. Moon got some room on the outside, and he'll get down to the 18.
All right, Moon gets an 8-yard rush there. Here's 3rd for 17. 3rd and 6 here. Alabama converted on their last 3rd down. Can they do it again?
4:20 to go here in the second quarter. Moon coming in motion. Siege going to pass. No, he's going to take off run. Got some room inside the 10, down inside the 5. First and goal, BAMA.
How many times have we seen this from Bailey on Siege? When it gets late in the drive, he knows they need 7. He just kind of takes it on himself.
Well, a touchdown here could make it a 1-point game. And Alabama really wants to capitalize. They give it to Freeman, and he'll pick up 2.
All right, second go. Freeman picks up a couple of yards there. Second go. You know, let's see. They've still got two more plays that puts us in.
Under center, Sneege buckling up his chin strap. Moon coming in motion. He gets the pitch, and he is going to gallop into the end zone untouched.
A great play by the Alabama offense. Good pitch by Siege. Moon has nothing but open field in front of him. The way this offense is designed to work, Alabama going to pull within 1.
Well, the extra point is good. 1-point game here with 3:43 to go, Matt.
The way to battle back for Alabama. They go to the 14-point deficit, and all of a sudden they fought their way back to a 1-point game.
Well, they'll kick it off. Alabama will start the second half with the ball, so a stop here and another score could really be big for them. We'll see what Miami can do here as Blaze Gunner works his way out to the 35.
All right, this is a big play for this big series for Miami on offense. You know, they've slowed down considerably since the start of the game. Need to pick it up. Need to try to get something going here.
Axel Richardson coming out in the shotgun. Alabama showing blitz, but they back out. Actually, no, they do bring 5. They're going to flip it out to the left. That's caught by Owsley, who fumbled on the last drive.
Yeah, that turnover was huge for him. Helped Alabama climb back into this game. Second 7.
Stay in the shotgun. Showing blitz again. They bring 5. Richardson's going to take off and run. He's got the first and a little bit more. And he'll slide down there with a gain of about 10.
Actually, Richardson's going to do a good job here, try to manage the clock, put points on the board, and not leave much for Alabama.
The first and 10 here, and just short of midfield. They play fake it on the option to carry or to Duncan, and Richardson picks up 7 more to add to his total.
Already up to 76 rushing yards here in the first half for Axel Richardson.
14-13, Miami leads. Time running out here in the first half. Handoff. Duncan goes straight up the middle, and he gets whacked by Zachary Carter.
Carter came in head first on that one and just dropped him, but they did get the first out of it.
They come out the shotgun again, 3 wide. They're going to use that read option again. Richardson will keep it himself, and he'll be dropped after a gain of 4.
All right, and they're going to the running game early and often, trying to eat some clock off this and then try to put points on the board to extend their lead.
Shotgun 3 wide. Owsley coming in motion, going right to left. Ball at the 33-yard line. Richardson back pass blitz coming, going to dump it off. Owsley makes a catch, slips the first tackle, and he's got the first down.
Nice fight by the big tight end, trying to make up the fumble he had on the last series. Fights his way, gets the first down.
4 catches, 22 yards for Owsley tonight. Richardson 8 of 10 for 76. Bama showing blitz once again. They've been blitzing a lot on this drive. Receiver coming in motion, blitz coming again. Richardson going to take off and run again. Out across the 20, slips a tackle to the 10, push down at the 11.
It looked like Lamar Fant, the one finally able to wrestle him out of bounds right there, but Richardson's running with purpose up to 94 yards here in the first half.
Well, they got a 1st and 10 from the 11, and they're looking to try to add on to their lead. It was 14-0 at one point. Now it's 14-13. Read option again. Richardson going outside, and he gets hit hard and dropped after a gain of 3.
Lamar Fant comes in, lays the big lick on the quarterback again.
Crowd getting louder here in Alabama as they don't want him to score. Receiver comes in motion, and they're going to hand it off to him, but not much room to run there for Richard Singer.
We'll see it right there, number 98, Ryan Bell, the walk-on, able to wrap him up before he's able to get anywhere.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 now. Under 140 to play here in the first half. Shotgun 4 wide, 2 receivers either side. Here for Axel Richardson, who has 2 rushing touchdowns tonight. Richardson get pressured off the backside, going to throw it. Duncan makes the catch, but he'll get stopped inside the 5.
Well, 4th and 3, the smart play here says let the clock run, kick the field goal.
It's going to be a 21-yard field goal attempt here for Dakota Groza. Will put Miami up by 4, but Alabama will have a shot to score before the half. They're going to let it run down as far as they can and then try to add in that field goal. Alabama not used to this 2-minute drill, though.
Now, this is an offense that's not really designed to move the ball down the field in a hurry, but they do have Barron Adams on the outside, so they got the weapon to do it with.
You think they try to sling it, or do they just run it out and feel confident down 4?
I think they come back with a 4-point deficit, probably, Mike. I think they just let it go.
The kick is up and good, so indeed we do have a 4-point lead. Now the return game is the part to watch here for Alabama. If they can set them up with a good return, that could definitely help trying to put some points on the board here as Carry-On takes it out to the 25. Didn't get quite as much.
Now, it's going to be a pretty long field in front of them here. Wouldn't be surprised to see Alabama just to run it maybe a couple of times here. Let the clock run out. Go in with a 4-point deficit, knowing you get the ball back at the half.
Well, we'll see if they hand off. They do have 3 receivers out there. Houston Freeman is the deep back. Siege will drop back to pass, and he throws that one to the left. Caught on the sideline. Barron Adams picking up 12 and then getting out of bounds.
Nice acrobatic catch there by Adams. Gets the right foot down, keeps it in bounds.
So 38 seconds left. Alabama still has all 3 timeouts, and they'll come back in a 3-wide set. Siege going to drop back to pass again. Now he's going to take off run, goes to the outside, and they'll get out to the 40, and Alabama uses their first timeout.
Only picks up 2 on that one. Siege didn't like what he saw downfield, just took off.
Isaac Kraut picks up his 6th tackle. Now they go 2 wide receivers, a tight end and 2 backs. Moon comes in motion. Siege is going to pass, going to try to take off a run, but he gets wrapped up and brought down for a sack by Joseph Hart.
Joseph Hart read that pretty well, sat on Siege, and just hits him right when he tries to get past the corner. Siege gets a yard, but Alabama's in a tough spot.
Well, now on 3rd and 9, you would think they're just going to run it out. They're not taking their second time out, so they don't even have to snap the ball. Maybe they will for one last play, as we'll see. Well, they snap it early. Siege going to air it out, going to the left in the coverage, and jumping up, not able to make that is Louis Simmons, the walk-on wide receiver. So 4th and 9, now they got a punt. I don't know if I agree with that.
Nah, that was, at most I would have probably run the ball right there, at least made Miami take a timeout.
Going to be fielded at the 20. Blaze Gunner, he gets dropped quickly. Only 11-yard return, and now we can see this Miami just run it out, or do we see Axel Richardson's arm?
Nothing would surprise me from Miami right here, just to be honest with you.
One play, presumably, before the half. Miami does have 2 timeouts, though. Richardson's going to drop back to pass, getting pressured. He's just going to air this one deep and into a jumble of defenders. Blaze Gunner comes down with it on a 53-yard catch, but that will bring us to the half. Miami up 17-13. Been kind of an interesting half. Miami jumped out to the early lead, 14-0. Alabama fires back with 13 points of their own, and then Miami gets a field goal to make it 17-13. What were your thoughts on the half, Matt?
Early on in the game, I thought Miami was going to come out and run them over. That's what it really looked like. They were firing on all cylinders offensively and defensively, but you got to give kudos to Alabama for, finding their way on offense, getting back into it on defense, getting the turnover that they got. They pushed this down to a 1-score deficit. The late field goal made it 4, but Alabama's back in this game, and they've got every opportunity to get their first win on the season. They got to keep building off the success they had there late in the first half and try to get what they have to the rest of the game.
Well, we'll take a look at the halftime stats here. And to no surprise, Miami is leading in the passing department. Maybe a little bit surprised they're also leading running the ball. Otherwise, things are relatively even. And Miami, the pass game probably a little bit of the difference right now. Alabama has made some plays in the passing game, but don't have quite the efficiency and the heavy artillery that Miami can bring to them. Although they are passing more than we've seen maybe from any other point in the season with Alabama.
Well, it is a different look for the Alabama offense, there's no doubt, and it had helped keep them in this game. They're not nearly as one-dimensional, so let's see if that continues.
So Alabama will receive to start the half, and this one to be fielded at the 1-yard line. And Richie Carry-On will take that one out just across the 25, and that's where Alabama will start the half.
Another long field in front of Alabama, not the best return. Carry-On gets wrapped up pretty quick. Let's see if they continue the success they found late in the second quarter.
We go back to the flex bone. Moon comes in motion. They're going to keep it for Siege. He's got some room, and he's out to the midfield, but he fumbles the ball, and Miami comes up with it.
Great run by Siege, just wasn't able to hold on to it. Let it slip away, and Miami gets the big turnover. Alabama had momentum going if that play had counted, but the turnover changes everything.
And that one ripped out of there. Kraut forces the fumble, and coming up and making a recovery looked like Griffin Richardson.
Yeah, that was a great play by the Miami defense. Now they get the ball back in really good field position, short field in front of them.
And starting from their 44, second best field position of the night. And Richardson going to take off a run, gets out of the sack. He's got some room on the outside, and he runs over a defender on his way to an 18-yard gain.
Yeah, Emilio Gonzalez got the worst of that hit by far. Axton Richardson ran head first into him and flat backed him. He stopped him.
How did he get away from Jackson Haddock? That's what I want to know. Haddock's got 7 sacks on the season. He ran right by him.
I have no idea. Axton Richardson he pulls some magic tricks when he runs the ball.
11 first downs for Miami tonight as they're down to the 38 of Alabama. Shotgun formation, 3 wide. Duncan coming in motion, going to hand it off up the middle, and he gets stopped short for no gain.
Good stop, good play on first down by Alabama's defense to stop Duncan for no gain. He's 8 rushes, 43 yards tonight. They've done a decent job of containing him so far.
14 of the last 18 plays by Miami have been runs. They're going to pass here, and they go over the middle, and they find Isaac Kraut for 7.
Isaac Kraut just kind of does everything. Another one of those type players, plays great defense, and he gets involved here on the offense, both in the run game and the pass game.
Jeremy Mosley coming up with his 6th tackle. So it's going to be 3rd and 3, and Alabama getting a stop here. No more than a long field goal attempt would be big after the Siege fumble. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers. Duncan off to the left. He'll get the handoff, and he's got the first down a little bit more out across the 25.
Well, they bid on Richardson on that one. The defense went after him. Duncan got enough space to pick up the first.
24 runs, only 13 passes for the Miami offense tonight as they have been run focused. Shotgun again here for Richardson. He's going to play fake it to Kraut, and now he's going to try to take off and run. Gets bottled up. Now he breaks free. Got the first down inside the 10. He'll slide down at the 8.
I thought they were going to get him in the backfield there. I really did. But he's able to find a way. Gets outside again. Axton Richardson, he just finds the hole, and it doesn't seem like there's one there.
So a nice run of 18 yards for Richardson as he's got a 1st and goal here for Miami. Shotgun, trips to the left. Richardson the pass. He'll take off, run again. Attic Jason not going to get him. Richardson into the end zone with his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Runs between 2 defenders right there, Mike. I mean, it seemed like they had a shot to make a play on him, but Richardson was by him before they knew what happened.
So after Richardson 3rd touchdown of the night, the extra point gives Miami an 11-point lead.
Great drive by the Miami Hurricanes, taking advantage of the turnover. That's what you have to do. That's the second one they've scored off of tonight.
So Richardson scored on runs of 6, 9, and 7 yards. And he's got his Miami Hurricanes out to a 24-13 lead. Good return there, 35 yards. But Alabama's offense is going to have to go to work.
Now they have to go to work again. They're down to that 2-score deficit where they don't want to be at. They fought their way back once. Can they do it again?
Well, they fumbled and thrown a pick. Both turnovers from Bailey on Siege. He's going to take off a run here. Runs over David Ware and then brought down after a pickup of 8.
Siege has deceptive power when he runs the ball. And a lot of it's because of that momentum he builds up.
Well, he's only 5'10", 205, but he is deceptively strong, as you said. 2nd and 2 here. They go under center here. Norman comes in motion. They hand it off to Houston Freeman up the middle, and he's got a first down out across midfield.
All right, and Alabama's starting this drive very well, picking up a first down, getting it out to midfield already.
5 carries, 72 yards for Houston Freeman tonight. Now they bunch up their wide receivers to the top of the screen. They go triple option again. Pitch at the moon. He tries to go to the outside, but he is wrapped up and brought down by John Dowd.
Miami read that one coming all the way. They had all their defenders coming downfield, saw the option coming. Moon had nowhere to go.
John Dowd been a nice presence on this Miami defense this year and makes the tackle there. They'll go same formation. We'll just flip it 2 receivers bottom of the screen now. He'll hand it off Houston Freeman. He's got some room to run out across the 30, and Rex Tyler goes for the ride, but finally pushes him out at the 16.
About a 14-yard ride there that Rex Tyler got to take on Houston Freeman. Freeman just kept his feet in bounds. Great job by the athletic big man.
Big run there by Houston Freeman as he gets it down to the 16, 1st and 10. And they're going to hand that off that time to Carson Price, who picks up 7.
Yeah, Carson Price, the tight end in this Alabama offense, gets a running play right there and picks up 7 yards.
Well, it's going to be 2nd and 3 from the 8-yard line. 2 receivers top of the screen, triple option. They pitch it to Farrell Norman. Not a great pitch, but he does pick up 2.
A little late if you ask me. Allowed Miami time to get over there, but 3rd and inches.
I don't like that running it to the short side of the field, but now they bring 2 receivers wide to the bottom of the screen. Moon comes in motion. Siege keeps it himself, and he'll pick up the 1st inside the 5.
Well, they didn't need much. Siege doesn't take any unnecessary risk with the pitch right there. He knows he can get the 1st down, resets it, 1st and go.
1st and goal from the 3. Miami's coming out with their goal line defense. And Alabama's coming out with 2 wide receivers. Play fake, Siege pitching it to Moon, and he's into the end zone with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Well, Jake Moon makes a nice cut after the pitch to get outside, create space. Another good drive by Alabama. You know, they go down 2 scores. What do? They answer, and they come back. They try to make this a 4-point game again with the extra point. Alabama's hanging tough staying in this thing.
I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. If you can keep it within 1 score, you got an opportunity. It's when they fall behind by 2 scores with this option run offense makes it a little bit more questionable.
Well, they've given up 14 points off turnovers tonight, and that's been a huge difference in the game.
And this kick going to be kneed in the end zone by Blaze Gunner. So Miami's going to start this one at the 25. Griffin Richardson pretty much been the story of this game. 3 rushing touchdowns.
Action Richardson has been just a man on a mission all night. I think they came in thinking that Alabama was going to try to run all over them. I think Miami decided they were going to try to run all over Alabama, maybe show who the better running team was. And so far, Action Richardson has played out of his mind.
He has indeed both running the ball and he's done pretty well throwing the ball. Hasn't turned the ball over, unlike his counterpart on Alabama. 1st and 10 here, ball at the 25-yard line, shotgun. And he'll go play fake. Richardson dropping back, 3-man rush. Now he's going to take off and run. Gets bottled up and tripped, but he falls forward for a gain of 4.
And Richardson, even when he gets bottled up and hit like that, he's still able to pick up 4 yards. Pretty impressive.
144 yards rushing tonight to go with those 3 touchdowns as we're inside of 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. 3 wide again out there. Tight end coming in motion for Miami. They'll hand it off to Marcus Duncan. He takes it top of the screen, and he'll pick up the 1st down before Jackson Haddock makes the tackle.
Another 1st down for this Miami offense. I'll tell you what, they keep finding ways to move the ball. Yeah, they're using the run a lot, but they've mixed in the pass. They've kept this Alabama defense guessing all night long.
Duncan coming in motion now. They'll hand it off to him. He'll take it to the outside, and he gets tripped up after a gain of 4.
And he's brought down there. Duncan, that's 6 rushing yards on the night for him.
Miami has run the ball 8 of their last 9 plays as they are leading heavily on the run this game. 2nd and 6, going back to Duncan, straight up the middle, and he's got another 1st down as Lamar Fant makes the tackle.
And the safeties comes up again. Lamar Fant has had a good night defensively, but he's having to come up and make a lot of plays in the run game because Richardson and Duncan are getting past that 1st and 2nd level.
Trout coming in motion now. They'll hand it off to him. He fights off 1 tackle, and Zachary Carter plows him down after a short game.
Zachary Carter, what I like about that guy is he never halfway hits somebody. He always comes in. It looks like he's just trying to lower the boom every time from that safety spot.
And Carter, the leading tackler coming into the game, had 26 tackles, 5 for a loss. Coming into the game, which led this Bama team. 2nd and 9 here. Richardson going to pass, rolling to his right, fires back across the field to the left, and that one is out of bounds, incomplete.
Look, he just threw that one away. The coverage was there. It was all over Miami. Really knew where to go. Long 3rd down for the Hurricanes.
3rd and 9, ball spotted at the 45 of Alabama. 4 receivers out there for Miami. Richardson going to drop back to pass, airs it out deep to the left. He's got a receiver. It's Blaze Gunner. Touchdown, Miami.
And there are rules when you play Miami, and one of them is you don't want to let Blaze Gunner get behind you. And that's exactly what happened there, and he makes them pay for it right there.
So big play there, 47-yard strike to Blaze Gunner, and a touchdown puts Miami back up by 11. So now again the pressure shifts to Alabama.
Yeah, the defense just gives up a big play right there. They're back down to that 2-score deficit again. They have to try to fight their way back into it. They still have time, Mike, but they've got to make adjustments on both sides of the ball.
Well, you definitely can't give up big plays. It was Steve Fant, 31 yards on the return. Their offense is done decently, although they really haven't gotten the run game going much as well as they probably would have liked.
No, they haven't had success if they wanted to, but they've had to find other ways to score.
We'll start here from their own 30-yard line. Siege under center. Moon coming in motion. They play fake it to Freeman. Siege keeps it himself, and he gets brought down after a pickup of 9.
Good first play there, second one. Siege, 20 rushes, 87 yards tonight. He does have the 2 turnovers, but he's doing his best to get his team back into this game.
Alabama's ran the ball in their last 10 plays. And they're going to run it again as Siege keeps it, pitches it to Moon on the outside, and he gets just enough for the first down.
Moon knew exactly where he had to get to, does a good job of getting there. Not piling up the rushing yards, but he has had some big plays, had a couple of touchdowns tonight.
7 carries, 33 yards for Moon. Kraut comes up with his 9th tackle. And Siege goes back under center, under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Handoff Houston Freeman, and he barrels his way forward. He'll pick up 8.
Big man looks like he's sucking wind a little bit on offense right now. A little slow out of the gates on that run, but still picked up 8 yards.
Well, he's also over 100 yards. So anybody who took the over in the sportsbook has successfully cashed in. 2nd and 2, just short of midfield. Triple option. Siege keeps it himself, and another Alabama first down.
That's a good play. He knew he had the first. Didn't take the unnecessary risk again. Didn't pitch it. Held on to it. Alabama can't afford another turnover at this point.
You wouldn't think so. They have ran the ball 13 straight times, including the fumble, which started that string of runs, but they do not look like they are in a hurry to go away from it. Well, actually, here they'll pass. After third, nope, now it's going to turn into a run, and Siege taken down after a gain of 2.
They brought down there by Mark Perry, able to take Siege down after this 2-yard gain. Good first play on defense by Miami on that first down play.
Ball at the 43-yard line of the Hurricanes, 8 in the box. For the Canes, Moon coming in motion. He's going to be a lead blocker. Siege tries to go to the outside, and he'll pick up the first down to the 30.
He's so fast, Siege is, when he takes off like that. He's a much smaller quarterback than Axon Richardson, but he's so quick off getting to that edge. He picks up the first.
6 first downs on the last 2 drives for Alabama as they've stuck to the run game. Oh my goodness, Bailey on Siege just got clotheslined by Isaac Kraut.
Isaac Kraut turned him a back flip. He hit him so hard. Man, Isaac Kraut is something else for this Miami defense.
One of the biggest hits you're ever going to see in this league, and it was delivered by Isaac Kraut. 2nd and 10, and Siege working out his neck there. He's probably feeling the effects of that one. Going to keep it himself. Moon leading the way, and Siege will pick up 9.5.
Way to come back after the big hit for Bailey on Siege. I'll give him credit for that. He fought his way through, picked up almost the first down.
David Ware is 8th tackle. Siege 25 carries, 118 yards on the ground for him. Rex Tyler comes in the box. Looks like he's going to blitz. He will! And crash it in as Richardson to make the tackle for a 3-yard loss.
Griffin Richardson, well-timed blitz by the Miami defense. Bailey on Siege trying to run the pitch, the option there. Not able to get anywhere, forces Alabama into another field goal situation.
This one going to be from 41 yards away for Rooster Clutterbuck. Now they'll call that 40, and that one is good. So we got an 8-point game with 56 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Well, it's not what the outcome you want if you're Alabama, but you did cut it to a 1-score game, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now your defense has got to get a stop, got to get the ball back.
Or a turnover. Miami's defense has turned it over twice. Alabama has not created a turnover yet. And Kraut is able to bring that one back to the 22. Miami's been running the ball a lot. And Axon Richardson, is at the forefront of that. Over 100 yards rushing, 3 rushing touchdowns. I suspect we're going to see more of the same.
Well, it seems like Alabama came into this game, trying to game plan against Duncan and trying to contain him. Because they've been reading on him on seemingly every play, Axon Richardson's taking huge advantage of it.
144 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Also got a passing touchdown. Big game for Richardson. tonight. A lot of big quarterback games. Richardson might want to put himself in the Player of the Year candidacy. Marcus Duncan not going to get there when he loses 3, as he does there, brought down by the walk-on Ryan Bell.
Well, Bell wraps him up where he can never get anywhere. Duncan never able to get out of the gates. That's the way to slow and stop Duncan, is to stop him before he gets that momentum going.
Remember, a 47-yard touchdown pass to Blaze Gunner on the last drive. Could be playing in the mind of Alabama, although you don't see it on the first 2 plays as Nathaniel comes in motion, only picks up 4.
Lamar Fant does a great job of wrapping Nathaniel up on that play, not allowing him to get any more. 3rd and 8.
Fant with his 8th tackle tonight. 7th third down conversion attempt for Miami. They've converted half of them so far. Empty backfield. Richardson back to pass, going to throw it to the right. Caught and bouncing off a tackle, and picking up the first down is Jay Nathaniel.
Well, Nathaniel does a great job fighting through the first tackle. Mosley tries to drag him down, just can't get him before he gets past the marker.
Richardson 13 of 16 passing for 197 yards. Mosley picking up the 7th tackle. Handoff, and nothing doing there by Marcus Duncan as Matthew Rolon takes him down, and that is how we are going to end the 3rd quarter. Miami up by 31 in a close one in Tuscaloosa. We'll be back in a minute. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube Live. Start of the 4th quarter, 2nd down for Miami. Richardson going to take off and run, but he's going to lose 3 back-to-back 3-yard losses. And it's going to be a long 3rd and 16 here for Miami.
Walk on John Jackson able to get his hands on him and drop him. Mosley was the first one to get there, though.
Mosley been a big part of this Alabama defense, as he was 2nd on the team with 25 tackles coming in. 3rd and 16, empty backfield here for Axon Richardson. 3-man rush, and he throws it short to the left. Not going to be a first down as Glenn Howard only picks up 8.
Yeah, Glenn Howard does a good job catching the ball, but Zachary Carter doesn't let him get any further. Good play by the safety.
So 6-play drive ends in nothing for Miami, and once again Alabama's got an opportunity, and you'd think at this point they'd go for 2, so they could tie it up if they could punch it in the end zone. Fant trying to go to the outside, cuts back inside. I think he should have stayed on the outside, even though it was a good 15-yard return.
Zigged where he should have zagged right there, I think, Mike. I agree with you. Should have stayed outside. Probably had a lot more room.
Well, we'll start at the 40-yard line of Alabama. Good field position for the Tide, who are looking for their first win of the season. Going to hand it off. Houston Freeman going up the middle, picking up 6.
He's already got over 100 yards, 122 to be exact. Averaging 15.3 a carry right now.
It's pretty good average.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take it.
Yeah. I mean, you surely don't pick him off the team.
No.
For 15, that's pretty good. Farrell Norman coming in motion. Play fake and sacked. Bailey on Siege dropped for a 3-yard loss by David Ware.
David Ware, another well-timed blitz. We've seen a few of those by Miami tonight. Bailey on Siege has nowhere to go. Does a good job covering the ball up, but Ware was all over it.
Not going to call it a sack. They said it was the designed run. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. 4 for 10 on 3rd downs tonight for Alabama. Siege coming under center, Moon coming in motion. 3-step drop, firing to the right, caught! And a first down by Michael Morgan, the walk-on.
On just a quick slant route right there. If Alabama wants to surprise Miami right now, pass the ball.
Well, Siege has only thrown 9 passes tonight. They went through a little stretch of a couple drives where they were passing at a decent amount, but they've gone back to the run game. Although they are going to pass here, play fake, over the middle. That one's caught by Jake Moon, who picks up 17 and a first down.
Jake Moon, his first catch on the night for 17 yards, getting involved in the passing game. Alabama's starting to throw out some tricks here, do some different things.
Well, I think keeping teams a little bit off balance is the key to their success. And right now it looks like the passing game's working better than the running game.
Well, it's going to back this defense off eventually. If they keep completing passes, and if they get that to happen, then the run game comes back into play.
Back to the flex bone look with 2 receivers. Farrell Norman comes in motion, play fake. They're going to pass it again. Thrown off his back foot, complete to Norman for a gain of 7.
Norman had to turn behind him to catch that. Siege fired a bullet. Norman does a good job bringing that in.
3 straight passes, and they've covered 37 yards for Alabama. Do they stick with the passing game here? 8 guys in the box once again. Norman coming in motion. They will pass again over the middle. That one dropped by Baron Adams.
Well, Adams is not able to hold on to it. Gets hit pretty hard right there. Not able to hold on to the ball.
Well, in fairness, he threw it into traffic, so he didn't have much opportunity to get a good hold of it. 3rd and 3 here. Norman coming in motion. They're going triple option. Siege gets hit, and down he goes. Mark Perry is the one that finally brings him down, and Alabama's going to have to settle for another field goal.
Miami's defense just pins their ears back on that one. They feel the run coming. You know, there have been so many passes in a row, and they guessed right. Alabama's going for it, though.
Wow, they're going to go for it here on 4th and 4. I think a field goal could work for him here, but they are going to go for it. Under center goes Siege. He'll drop back to pass. 5-step drop, moving around, checks it down. Farrell Norman, actually Houston Freeman, but he's not going to get the first down, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Well, it was a gutsy call, but I agree with you, Mike. If I'm Alabama, I take the field goal right there. It cuts it to, where you just need the touchdown. You don't need the 2-point conversion.
That might come back to bite him. Miami taking over here at their own 19, pass over the middle, and Andre Woodard picks up 16.
Lamar Fant does a good job getting the hit right there. If Fant misses him, Woodard might still be running heading to the end zone.
He just finds him over the middle on a little post route, and well executed there as they pick up the 16-yard gain. So 1st and 10 from the 34 now, and they're going to hand it off to Nathaniel. Tries to go to the outside, but nothing doing. Thomas Cole dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
A good play on first time by the Alabama defense. Cole reads that well, gets into the backfield, stops him for the loss. Alabama needs to get a stop right here, get the ball back, and leave themselves some time to drive the ball down the field.
2nd and 12. Richardson going to drop back to pass, tries to take off and run. He's brought down by Jackson Addock. But they will say that he picked up one. Want to give a shout out to everybody in chat. Doug Oley, Ty Perry, Tyler Deathridge, Big Country, Levi Thames, Cope, Tom Pence, Hunky Dory, Legion of Slugs, and everybody else. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Jeremy Mosley in the house as he gets through for his first sack of the night, and that will bring this Miami drive to an end.
Another 3rd down play stop by another big name middle linebacker, Jeremy Mosley. Comes in with a big sack. 4th and 18. Miami's going to have to punt. Alabama gets the ball back.
So a 4-play drive and not much time off the clock. So Alabama, despite going for it, not getting it, does have an opportunity to drive the ball down the field and get the game-tying touchdown. And the return there by Fant going to be 11 out near midfield. Here's the thing, though. Had they kicked the field goal and got the ball back and then get a touchdown, they'd be in the lead. They wouldn't need the 2-point conversion. So, again, we'll have to see how that affects Alabama as this game progresses. Under center, Norman comes in motion and hand it off to Freeman. Straight up the middle, big hole there. Stiff arm in his way inside the 35 as Alabama up to 292 yards rushing tonight.
Absolutely closing in on 300 yards rushing tonight, and a big part of that has been Houston Freeman, the big man, fighting his way for big, tough yards. Been there all night.
18-yard run to start the drive for Alabama. And now they got 3 wide receivers out there. Play fake. Siege dropping back to pass. Going to fire a dart over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Jake Moon, his 3rd of the night.
What about that? Haleon Siege just delivers a shot to Jake Moon. It's a dot, as they say, and gets him in the end zone. Quick score by Alabama. Fastest drive they've had all night, I believe.
So Axton Richardson and Jake Moon, each with 3 touchdowns tonight, but maybe none bigger than that one. They got to get the 2-point conversion here, and this is the thing. Had they kicked the field goal, they'd be in the lead. Here they need 2-point conversion just to tie it. So from the 3-yard line, under center, they're going to give it to Houston Freeman, and he is not going to get there. He fought hard, but the Miami defense, just too much.
Well, just couldn't quite get there. Miami had the line stacked. Freeman's a big guy, but he couldn't beat everybody.
So Miami still up by 2, going to kneel it in the end zone, and they'll start from their own 25. Alabama defense needs to make a play.
Yeah, Alabama's going to have to get another quick stop like they did on the last one. Got to get the ball back. They're only down by 2 points. They're still in this thing.
Handoff, Duncan trying to take it to the outside. Mosley, the first guy there. Carter misses the tackle, and Duncan's going to push his way forward for a pickup of 11.
Jackson Addock ends up finally wrestling him down out of bounds, but it's very odd to see Zachary Carter miss a tackle like that.
Well, 2 guys missed the tackle, Mosley and Carter. 1st and 10, Owsley coming in motion. They're going to hand it off to Isaac Kraut, and he gets dropped after a gain of 6.
And Miami looks like they're going to be content to try to run the ball here, try to take some time off the clock, nurse this 2-point lead, take as much time away from Alabama as they can.
40 runs, only 18 passes for Miami. More than 2/3 of the plays have been runs. Here's another one as they give it to Duncan, who bounces outside. He gets hit hard by Lamar Fant after a pickup of 3.
3rd and 1. This is a big 3rd down for Alabama. Do they have to make the stop right here? No, but they'd love to make it, get the ball back, give themselves some time.
Well, and there's also no guarantee what you're going to do on offense, although they have scored on their last 4 drives, 3 of them touchdowns for Alabama. 3rd and 1 here from the 45. Blitz coming. Richardson's going to take off run. He's got the first. Stiff arms Carter, and finally brought down out there by Emilio Gonzalez. Nice run there by Axton Richardson.
Alabama brought the pressure right there. They were trying to get that pocket to collapse. Richardson recognized it, cuts it to the outside.
Handoff here, and Marcus Duncan is going to pick up 5 as Miami's still staying committed to this run game.
Jeremy Mosley gets it with the tackle right there. That's his 9th on the line.
While at the 38-yard line, Miami up by 2. Alabama needs to hold them to a field goal at most. Pass over the middle, that one is caught as Marcus Duncan picks up 7 and a first down.
Zachary Carter, the first man there to slow him down, but they did pick up the first.
Richardson 16 of 19, been very efficient. Mosley with his 10th tackle. Under 3 minutes to go here in this one. Miami clinging to a 2-point game, trying to add on to it. Isaac Kraut gets the handoff, and he gets bottled up after a gain of 4.
And Miami's just eating up clock right now, Mike. Doing everything they can to get that thing to keep rolling. Now they're letting it run down.
Lamar Fant with his 10th tackle. Now of the night, Alabama's defense needs to get a stop as we approach 2 minutes to go in this one. Handoff, Duncan up the middle. Addock makes the tackle. 3rd down.
And this is the biggest 3rd down of the game for the Alabama Crimson Tide. They have got to get a stop, try to hold them to a field goal right here.
7 guys in the box are trying to fire up this crowd. Richardson making an adjustment. Play fake. Richardson rolls to his right, shrugs off Addock, and he's going to pick up the first down.
And boy, did he pay for it. Got turned to flip. Zachary Carter hit him in the head.
Well, he just made Jackson Addock look like a rag doll out there. Alabama takes their 2nd timeout now. Handoff, Duncan right up the middle. He's got another first down. 1st and goal, Miami.
All right, minute 52 left on the clock. Miami legitimately can do about whatever they want to right here.
Yeah, they could run it out theoretically. They're going to hand it off to Marcus Duncan. He picks up 4. And so the Fat Lady is pretty much began her song.
Not only for this game, but for week 4 here in the CFSL.
Very good observation. 2nd and goal here. And Miami wanting to punch this one in and take the 9-point lead, but they're going to take their time in doing so. Alabama fought hard, but just wasn't in the cards for them.
Well, this is the best total performance I think we've seen from Alabama. Barring all those 2 turnovers that they gave up 14 points off of, without those, this might be a very different ball game.
Richardson going to pass wide open back of the end zone. Touchdown. That was Andre Woodard. I thought it was Blaze Gunner at first, but Andre Woodard gets it for the touchdown, and Miami just ripping the Band-Aid off and pouring some salt in the wound of Alabama.
Pretty much, unless they miss this extra point right here, it's pretty much it.
And it is good. So it's a 9-point game. Alabama would have to score quick, get an onside kick to score again. I don't think it's going to happen, but had they kicked that field goal, they'd only need the touchdown.
That's exactly right. It was a gutsy call, but they're paying for it right now.
That one need in the end zone by Fant. You can see the wear and tear on his jersey. He's played tough, but Alabama, despite a miracle, is going to drop to 0-4 on the season, one of 2 winless teams that we have in the league so far. Siege back to pass, going to throw it short over the middle. Zach Strickland makes the catch and will pick up 9.
They're going to run, hurry up. They're going to try to move the ball down the field as quick as they can. Get a quick score if possible.
Well, they spike it there, and that'll stop the clock. 55 seconds to go. 2 plays possibly left in this game for Alabama. If they get the first down, they'll keep it going, but they're going to have to push the ball down the field faster than that. Siege back pass, blitz coming, steps up, throws it to the right, and that one dies. as that one is batted away out there by John Dowd.
Dowd been big for this Miami defense all night. 4th and 1. You know, if there's any chance, this is the ball game.
Well, now they're coming out in their goal line set. They pitch it outside. Farrell Norman's got some room on the outside, and he gets drugged down by Braxton Lee.
Well, they keep the drive going. 45 left on the clock.
So you're saying there's still a chance.
Not much of one.
Siege back to his pass. Gonna air it out to the left. That one is caught stepping out of bounds. Is Carson Price, the tight end.
That's a good run route. Nobody's covering him over there. He gets it. Had a little more space down the sideline, but decides to step out of bounds, stop the clock.
I don't think he decided to. I think his momentum just carried him out of bounds. So either way, a big play there, 31 yards for Alabama. They're down to the 25 of Miami, 37 seconds. So a touchdown and the improbable onside kick would give him a chance. Siege back pass, quick slant to the left. That one's off target. David Weir is able to knock it away, second down.
All right, Siege has done a good job passing the ball for the most part tonight, especially in this run-first offense. This is the best we've seen.
It comes under center here. 3 wide, Siege 5-step drop. Steps up, throws it for the end zone. Jumping catch by Strickland, and he's down at the 6.
All right, they're going to rush back to the line, try to punch this thing in if they can.
Well, they're going to spike it here. He's taking his time. Finally, they spike it. 26 seconds to go. So they got 3 more shots at the end zone. 2nd and goal, and then they got to get the inside kick. Under center, Siege going to drop back to pass. Fires left, end zone, touchdown, Barron Adams. And they got the first part of it. Now can they get the onside kick?
I'll tell you what, they're going to cut it back to a 2-score deficit. They're going to look at this catch.
I think it was good, although I have been wrong before.
It looked good to me.
Yeah, he's got both feet in. That's a catch in higher levels as well as here in college. So should be a touchdown. Touchdown Alabama. Extra point will make it a 2-point game. Then they need an onside kick. Possibly a couple of plays to get a field goal, but more than likely they're probably going to need to go for the end zone.
I would think so, Mike, but the way Alabama's battled back here, this is no telling what's going to happen.
Well, the onside kick's a tough one. That's the low percentage play. That one bounced, and that is recovered by Andre Woodard. And despite Miami doing something drastically foolish, that's the end of the game.
Yeah, if Miami has any sense right now, I would think that they just nail this thing out, go back home with the win, because this Alabama squad has refused to go away all night long.
They have, and they've played in some tough games, even missing their quarterback the first 2 weeks of the season, but just haven't been able to put together, haven't been able to get the first win. They'll drop to 0-4, 0-3 in the SEC. And while they're not eliminated, they are going to have to win out probably to have any shot at the playoffs. You got to wonder if, going to this triple option, is it just a matter of not having it down yet, or is it just a mistake that they made?
I think it can work. I think it's got to be perfected, though. For the first year that we've seen it, it hasn't been the worst thing in the world. It can probably work to a certain degree.
Well, that's going to do it for Week 4 in the CFSL. We're halfway there, and then Hangout captivates it all at the end of the season. That's going to do it. Miami with the win. They hang on for the 2-point win, and that'll do it here for Week 4. We'll be back on Monday night for more CFSL action, as we will have Miami. Wait. We'll have Clemson and Auburn kicking it off Monday night to start another week as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. All these games going to mean a little bit more. Undefeated Clemson coming into Auburn. Auburn couldn't ruin Florida's season. They got a chance at Clemson. So we'll be back on Monday night for Met Pack. I'm Mike Peters. We'll see you then. You guys have a good weekend.